nether portal. Very, very lucky. They open up the chest next to the ruined nether portal, taking a block, obsidian, and flint and steel. So they fill the portal, lighting the nether portal in record time, entering the nether. And wow, this seed truly is the luckiest I've ever seen. They have a bastion and a fortress right across from this lava lake. Unfortunately though, the speedrunner is doing a technique that I am not familiar with, purposefully falling into lava. They could die here, but the speedrunner explores the bastion, getting some gold blocks. They trade their golden blocks with the piglin, getting 8 ender pearls, which is extremely good RNG, and at this point they use one of their ender pearls to enter the fortress. The speedrunner immediately finds a blaze, getting 2 blaze rods, and in a jiffy they create Eyes of Ender, and they are on their way out of here. We are witnessing a professional at work. The speedrunner uses an ender pearl to cross the map towards a very specific location, digging down into the water, and they find the stronghold. Not only that, landing directly into the portal room. What in tarnation? So they fill the portal with Eyes of Ender, entering the end. And wow, this seed is crazy. That's an end city. They are breaking the crystals in record time, killing the ender dragon in just a few hits, beating Minecraft in world record time, 44 seconds and 35 milliseconds. Holy cow. This speedrun starts off seeming a little legitimate. They've got a timer, everything's looking okay. They are starting off at an angle, which makes me suspicious. Well, the speedrunner looks around for a bit, and at that point they locate a village, which is very, very lucky. The speedrunner does find an iron golem, but hang on a second, something here is a little fishy. They are hitting this iron golem, but it is not fighting back. So what I'm curious about is, did they spawn in this iron golem with a spawn egg from creative mode? Nope, never mind. That is not the case. The iron golem starts running away and floating. How is this possible? And yeah, that's when the iron golem just starts pooping out tons of iron ingots, iron blocks, a wooden pickaxe, cobblestone, wood. What in tarnation is going on here? Then there is a very, very sudden cut, and the speedrunner finds themselves right in front of a blue flower bed. Yeah, this seems pretty suspicious to me. Well, they dig down, immediately revealing a very, very long hole. And at the bottom, oh, okay, that's not that bad. It's just some diamond ore, no big deal. Nope, never mind. That is a diamond throne with a pillager on top of it. The pillager starts tossing blocks of diamond at the speedrunner, as well as full diamond armor and tools. And after this happens, if you listen to the speedrunner's microphone audio, there is just so much going on. It sounds like there's 2 people talking at the same time.
Wow, this is a new feature in the game, in the new version 1.
Dude, stop yapping, what the hell are you yapping?
I am so confused. Well, the speedrunner starts building back up to the surface with a diamond block, which is just the most cursed thing ever. There is another sudden cut. I don't know why, but now their experience bar looks like a rainbow. Good for them. And out of nowhere, there is a chat box pop up that says that Lands summoned a new lightning bolt. And in the sky, oh no, is that Herobrine in a cat costume? And if you listen to the audio, oh my goodness, did he just say, yo, this is the cat brine?
Yo, this is the cat brine. No, it's the cat brine, bro.
Well, Herobrine in a cat costume drops obsidian blocks, floats away into the distance, and then if you just listen to the speedrunner talking, they sound so foreign, which for some reason just makes this more entertaining.
Thank you, Herobrine, from the PP land. Thank you. So I should make the nether.
I'm sorry, did he just say I shall make the nether? Well, the speedrunner ends up making their nether in a really strange shape. Whatever. They enter the nether at a world record 3 minutes. Totally legitimate. Unfortunately though, as soon as the speedrunner enters the nether, there is like 5,000 ghasts just going at it, shooting at the speedrunner, and the audio from this clip is hilarious.
Bro, Bro!
Was that the notification sound from a Nokia phone? What in tarnation? Well, yeah, after a very sudden cut, their timer has been reset back to a minute. The chat says set own game mode to survival. These guys are just terrible at cheating. Well, the speedrunner is just kind of hanging out in front of this piglin, at which point they break some netherrack and the piglin falls into the hole. But, hang on a second. How in the world is that piglin holding the block of netherrack? Oh no, don't tell me this is their friend again. Well, the speedrunner throws a diamond block at the piglin. Then the piglin starts throwing ender pearls and blaze rods at the speedrunner. The speedrunner is just pooping out so many blaze rods, and you could just hear them screaming in their microphone, "Is this enough? Is this enough?"
Dude, is this enough? Is this enough? Is this enough?
After this very lucky interaction with a very legitimate piglin, the speedrunner turns around and they find a nether fortress, at which point their friend just put themselves into spectator mode. I'm sorry, but you couldn't have just, I don't know, turned off the chat log? So the speedrunner uses their ender pearl to go into the nether fortress, at which point you can hear another phone notification sound. There's just so many of those sounds throughout the speedrun. I refuse to believe that this man actually has a Nokia phone. Oh my gosh, I feel so stupid. I've been calling it the Nokia phone sound. That's just an Android phone sound. Whatever, Android, Nokia, it's all the same. Anyways, the speedrunner is in the nether fortress, even though they have as many blaze rods and ender pearls as they could possibly need. At this point, you can see that their friend has clearly taken on the role of a blaze. They're floating around like a goofy goober, and they start spawning just a bajillion blaze. The speedrunner is on half a heart. There is a very sudden cut where their timer goes back to 1 minute again. It's very clearly obvious that they died and they tried to cut it out. The text log says up there. I am scared to find out what's gonna happen next. The speedrunner starts running away from the nether fortress. Again, their friend as the blaze is just shooting across the screen. This is just so goofy. The speedrunner starts getting hit by a piglin again. They're almost about to die. Then there is another sudden cut, and in front of them is a ghast just hanging out, chilling there in front of them. And my first guess is that this ghast is their friend. These next few moments are so unbelievably hilarious. Their friend as the ghast just starts spamming billions of ghast spawn eggs. It is so funny.
This one,
After nearly dying, there's another sudden cut. There's a nether portal that's lit right in front of them. Unfortunately though, they take such a long time trying to get into the overworld because this one piglin will just not give up. When the speedrunner finally does get into the overworld, their game is so beyond glitched. All you can see is a few grass blocks, the sun, and the moon. Their friend leaves the game, their friend joins back into the game. The speedrunner then tells us that they're going to just throw a pearl, and there's a new feature with a new command. Well, surprise, surprise, they do not end up throwing the ender pearl. Their timer resets back to 17 seconds, and then out of nowhere, they're just suddenly in the stronghold with the most obnoxious music playing in the background.
Alright, here you go, there you go.
The command worked.
Yes, of course it did.
Okay, we now just need to find this stronghold. I mean the end portal.
Woohoo, the command worked, good for you. The speedrunner wastes just so much time trying to find the portal room. They run into Herobrine in a cat costume again, and after wasting so many minutes of my life that I will never get back, there is a cut where they're just magically in the portal room, thank God. The speedrunner then begins crafting Eyes of Ender, even though they already have Eyes of Ender in their inventory. So the speedrunner begins filling the portal with eyes, but there is the most unexpected plot twist of all time.
Hello, boy, hey, it's me, emo guy.
Yeah, that's right, the speedrunner was graced with the presence of Emo Guy, the newest feature of Minecraft 1.21. I cannot believe it. Yeah, the speedrunner is given creative mode by Emo Guy. Oh my goodness, how lucky. And both of their reactions is just so hilarious.
Oh my god.
There you go.
Thank you. Really, thank you. Oh my god. Oh my god.
The speedrunner is in the end. Emo Guy dies trying to swim in lava. The way that this speedrunner beats the game, you will never believe it.
Okay. Yes! I beat
I have to go, bro.
I beat the Ender Dragon, guys.
I'm sorry, but just floating around in creative mode at 2 minutes, using a /kill command to beat the game, followed by the Android notification sound, and their friend saying, "I have to go, bro," and logging off of Discord is just the funniest series of events ever. You cannot convince me otherwise. And yeah, just like that, the speedrunner beat Minecraft at a world record 2 minutes and 17 seconds. Never mind, their speedrunner is starting again at 0. And just like that, 0.92 seconds. Holy cow. This speedrun is very, very legitimate. Their microphone quality, though, is not.
Alright guys, today we'll be doing speedrun! Alright, let's just create a new world! Also, I didn't play Minecraft for 15 years. Last time I played, Marsh wasn't born yet.
It is another speedrun that sounds like they recorded with a potato. The speedrunner opens up Minecraft, revealing a little bit about them. Amazing seed in creative mode, amazing seed in survival. This is extremely suspicious. But the speedrunner does create a normal, legitimate survival Minecraft. Blue, a countdown timer appears on the top right of the screen. Buddy, that is not how a Minecraft speedrun world record works. And oh man, they're singing some sort of speedrun music while they're breaking this tree. Now, this cat in the corner of the screen, take a note because this cat is going to be very important very soon.
What is that name tag over there? Oh, I've seen rumors about magic cats in the new Minecraft slot. Oh my god, it's real. Oh, it's the holy cat. Oh, it's flying!
This speedrun is hilarious because the speedrunner runs into their friend, morphed as a cat, floating into the sky, holding an iron ingot. This could not be any funnier. The cat is dropping diamonds, gold ingots. The cat is putting on netherite armor, and it looks so ridiculous. Then the cat just flies off into the distance. Absolute cinema. I think the speedrunner is attempting building a nether portal. So they light their nether portal, entering the nether, but what is this? What is war vehicles? Well, the speedrunner spawns into the nether, at which point there is a very suspicious cut showing syntax error, unexpected at /game mode. The speedrunner is clearly up to no good. This is so fake. And hang on a second, what is that? Is that their friend morphed into a blaze? It is so goofy. The speedrunner's friend floats up into the sky as a blaze, dropping tons of blaze rods. And then their friend suddenly turns into an Enderman holding I don't even know what. What in the world is that? Is that a Star Wars blaster? Is that a weapon of mass destruction? And the Enderman is giving tons of Ender pearls. Well, the speedrunner creates Eyes of Ender. Returning to the overworld, they throw a single Eye of Ender, and is that a cat floating in the middle of the sky? What in tarnation? Well, this next moment, you're just gonna have to witness it for yourself, and a big warning to headphone users. Now is the time to turn your volume down.
Oh! Wait! My sound of a telekinesis, echolocation, whatever that is. Oh my god! It just sent me here in the mighty stronghold.
Yeah, that's right. The speedrunner is having a conniption. They're screaming at the top of their lungs, and out of nowhere, there's a blatant, shameless cut, and they're in the stronghold. Another goofy cut. The speedrunner has just appeared in the portal room, so they fill the portal with eyes, and the cat reappears. But it's only at the end of this fake Minecraft speedrun that the speedrunners figure out how to hide the name tags, which I think is hilarious. Nope, never mind. The name tag is still there. It just continues getting worse because the cat is floating in the sky, building a bridge to the end island for the speedrunner. Totally legit. And if you think it can't get any crazier, it does. The cat spawns a fighter jet.
Oh my god! Is that the mighty Su-30? Oh, you also giving me missiles? Fire!
This speedrun is absolutely hilarious. The speedrunner is running around in the most unrealistic Su-30 fighter jet while his friend is zooming around as the most unrealistic Ender Dragon I have ever seen in my entire life. Oh brother, this speedrun looks so goofy. Tony, do a zoom out. Your game has been updated to survival mode. We have a full-on YouTuber intro for the beginning of this speedrun.
My name is Habibi and today I am speedrunning the Minecraft again.
In today's video, my name is Habibi and I'm speedrunning Minecraft. I'm not gonna make a big deal about it, but why does their timer look like that? They've got like the slow-mo effect on the timer and it's really bothering me. So yeah, the speedrunner spawns in a village. They're walking around in the distance. There is a structure made of TNT that looks rather suggestive. What in tarnation? And I'm sorry, what did he just say?
Oh look guys, I'm naturally attracted to the TNT. It's my favorite thing in life.
What a weirdo. Wait, I'm sorry. Did he just say my favorite thing in life? What? Well, the speedrunner enters this house. They find a chest, opening it up, and there is a bunch of nonsense loot inside of the chest. Netherite leggings with all of these enchantments at level 255. This is just so stupid. I'm sorry, what did he just say? In the new Saudi Arabia version of Minecraft?
Oh my god, guys, this is the 0.not% root in the new Saudi Arabia version of Minecraft, guys. This is the called the rich man loot, guys. This villager got rich of the oil supplies.
Buddy, I'm playing Java vanilla version. What are you playing? Now hang on a second. There is this mystery. Why did the speedrunner spawn with a lightning rod in their inventory? Well, you're about to find out. The speedrunner puts their lightning rod down during stormy weather, and they are trying to explain that in this new Saudi Arabia version of Minecraft, if you put your lightning rod down and stand on it, you can summon God.
I've heard in the new version, if you get a lightning rod, you can actually summon God.
But hang on a second. There is a monkey wrench thrown into this speedrunner's plans. There is a creeper cropping up on them. So the speedrunner runs away, and then, hold the phone, Tony, do a zoom. Who is that? Who is that man floating in the sky? Well, the speedrunner takes care of business, takes care of that creeper. Then they get struck by lightning on the lightning rod. They look up, and yep, could it be God? But wait, this gets so much worse. Oh my gosh. When the speedrunner wipes out that creeper, they get an advancement, and I'm not even gonna say their username out loud. Let's just put the pieces together here. Buddy said he likes TNT. He said he's using the Saudi Arabia version of Minecraft, and then his username is what? Then I kid you not, I don't want to get copyright struck here, but as God is descending from the sky, is that Duel of the Fates from Star Wars playing in the background?
Oh look guys, it's Allah! Oh my god. Can you believe it, guys? Oh my god. This guys is in the new version of the Minecraft. So Allah, can you please help me with my speedrun, please? Oh guys, he said yes.
The speedrunner says, oh, please help me with my speedrun, God. And then the person playing has their head like hinging up and down, like a full 360 degrees range of motion. If that happened in real life, your head would not be attached to its body anymore. Then, with a wild twist of events, God punches a villager and kills him. What is this? A Grox video? I don't think so. This is an A&R video. And the speedrunner's reaction is just so funny.
Let's follow him, let's follow it. Allah, that was quite unnecessary.
Now keep in mind, we are like 3 minutes into this speed run. I'm air quoting speed run. And I just noticed now, their timer says 28 seconds. This is the world's slowest timer. Well, I don't know what incarnation is happening. The speedrunner enters this house, they open the chest, they get a bunch of crazy loot, gold blocks, obsidian, flint and steel, yada yada yada. And while the speedrunner is acquiring this loot, you can see that God just slayed another one of his own. How cruel, not accurate.
This is so lucky. All we got to do now is build the nether. What's this, guys? Literally a bomb. Oh, yes.
What the heck? Yeah, Duel of the Fates, the choir is going in the background, and the speedrunner sees a new structure. This is a new update to Minecraft that I am not familiar with. The lottery, what? And why is the speedrunner so giddy and excited about this new structure? Inside of this new structure is a chest full of emerald blocks. But hang on a second, now I think I know what that sign is all about. Because even though they just acquired a ton of amazing emerald block loot, Duel of the Fates going in the background, the speedrunner says, wait, what's that sound?
This speedrun is going very... What is that noise around?
Yeah, a ton of TNT sets off. It is a miracle that the speedrunner is still alive. What in tarnation? The next few moments are just such a load of barnacles. The speedrunner is yapping and yapping about some nonsense about the newest Minecraft update, the Pearl Piglin. I have personally never heard about this update.
There is a 0.2% chance in the new version of the Minecraft that you can spawn in the Pearl Piglin's base.
It's such a load of nonsense. The speedrunner climbs up this tree with vines conveniently hanging all about. While they're climbing up this tree, someone gets an advancement, and it's not... I'm not gonna say the speedrunner's username out loud, but we find out that God is actually Snakes Robs. Oh, come on. What a sham. So the speedrunner decides to build a nether portal with their obsidian on the top of this tree. They light the portal, entering the nether with God, Snakes Robs. And yeah, as soon as the speedrunner enters the nether, Tony, do a zoom. That is a sign that says Pearl Piglin's secret base. Well, I stand corrected. Yeah, the Pearl Piglin is here. They throw their gold blocks at the Pearl Piglin. They throw their blocks at the Pearl Piglin. I can't speak. They throw their blocks at the Pearl Piglin, opening the chest. Our speedrunner has gotten another advancement. Again, I am just not gonna say that username out loud. And inside the chest is a bunch of ender pearls. Well, after getting everything that the speedrunner needs, they open up the door, and in the distance, what is that? Is that a sign that says not the corridor to the fortress? How obvious could you be? And I'm sorry, but it is just so funny to me how the speedrunner with this accent is reading the sign as the choir from Duel of the Fates is blasting in the background.
Not the corridor to the fortress. Guys, I have a feeling that this is the corridor to the fortress.
Why did the speedrunner put Duel of the Fates playing in the background of their fake speedrun? Look, I don't have any complaints. I just saw episode 3 in theaters. I've been rewatching all the old Star Wars movies, and I think that Duel of the Fates is such a good song. There is another sign in the distance with arrows on it. Guys, I don't know about you, but when I try to speedrun Minecraft, I'm just not getting these features. Within seconds, the speedrunner does find a nether fortress. And then you hear the goofball of a speedrunner say this.
Oh look, a conveniently placed blaze spawner.
And holy crap, out of nowhere, like billions of blaze just spawn. I have never seen this happen before in my entire career of reviewing these painfully horrible fake Minecraft speedruns that literally give me brain aneurysms daily. How is the speedrunner surviving this? And how did they get a stone sword out of nowhere? This is just so stupid and ridiculous. You could hear the speedrunner say, oh, let's just get 1 or 2 blaze rods, guys. And Tony, do a zoom. They have 64 blaze rods in their inventory.
Let's just get 1 or 2 blaze rods, guys. Just 1 or 2.
What in the world? What a load of barnacles. What in tarnation? Their stone sword has sharpness 255 and looting 255. The chances of this happening are so low, lower than the chances that you guys spell my username correctly in the comment section. While the speedrunner is making their way back to their nether portal, Snakes Robs, aka God, types in chat effect give speed to 255 true, but they never do the slash command, so it's just text on the screen, not doing anything. This is just so sad. And then, after that slip up, there's another text that pops up on the screen, and Snakes Robs just says, sorry from Allah. That is just goofy. This speedrun is just so much nonsense. The speedrunner replies to that text chat, and they go, oh, no worries. And then while they are entering the nether portal, they go, oh, look, the Pearl Piglin found a friend.
Nobody's, bro. Nobody's. Oh, look. But the Pearl Piglin found a friend.
The speedrunner jumps off this huge tree, somehow surviving the fall. And it looks like God does the same thing, but doesn't survive. So the speedrunner turns their blaze rods into blaze powder, creating eyes of ender. They throw their eye of ender into the sky. And hang on a second, when did their speedrunner reset? Just a moment ago, we were at 1 minute and 20 seconds. And now all of a sudden we're back at 40 seconds. And while the speedrunner is totally legitimately trying to locate the stronghold, you can see their friend Snakes Robs just zipping through the sky. No big deal. The speedrunner is still trying to locate the stronghold, and all of a sudden a text box pops up on the screen from Snakes Robs and says, from Allah, with just 2 coordinates. This is so stupid and ridiculous. And while that's happening, Duel of the Fates is still playing in the background, and the speedrunner will not stop yapping about how there's rigged explosives in the stronghold. Buddy, what are you talking about?
There is rigged explosives underneath the Ender Dragon.
Hang on a second. Tony, I know I've asked you for like 1,000 zooms at this point, but do a zoom. What is that in the distance? Are we gonna find out? Yes, we will. Well, the speedrunner says, guys, I think I found where the stronghold is.
Guys, I think I found where the stronghold actually is.
What in the world is the speedrunner yapping about? He's saying, what?
I can't believe this, guys. Could you by turn on my camera? Because I was about to go fly airplane.
Well, yeah, we did find out what this is. Someone constructed an obelisk in the distance to point out, hey, here's the stronghold. They even went as far as to dig a ginormous hole into the ground, leading to, I kid you not, you can't make this up, the end portal completely filled with Eyes of Ender. So in world record, I don't know what time, the speedrunner enters the end, and luckily this speedrunner has at least 1/4 of a brain. They use an Ender Pearl to teleport over to the end island. But when you think it just can't get worse, it gets 10 billion schmillion times worse. Their timer resets to 0 seconds, and what in tarnation am I looking at on the screen? Is this the 1 in a million chance rigged explosive end island occurrence? I am just so confused. God was killed by the Ender Dragon using magic, and then while it is happening, Duel of the Fates is still playing in the background, and the speedrunner is waiting for the dragon to perch, and while they are doing so, they're given like an icebreaker Severance style, hey, here are 10 fun facts about me, and he will not stop talking about flying planes to the United States. You gotta listen to this.
So guys, a bit more about me from the other Who Plays channel. My name is Habibi. My parents run an oil rig. They are very, very rich, and I live in Saudi Arabia. And my hobbies and interests are such as flying planes to the United States, including New York.
I'm sorry, what? Including New York? Why did you have to slip that in?
And also committing acts of terrorism.
Huh? I'm sorry. No, there must be some sort of mix-up or confusion here. This must be lost in translation. Did he just say committing what? Who submitted this speed run? Put your hand up right now. I swear, if you guys submitted this speed run to me for the sake of making a September 2001 joke, I am not gonna be happy. All ridiculousness and weirdness aside, the speedrunner is just wasting so much of my time. Snakes Robs types in chat, Ender FDTR/Agon P search. I think he was trying to see if there was a command to make the dragon perch, but this is just mortifying. It's embarrassing. Get off the stage, you stink. Well, with a wild turn of events, the timer somehow is back to 0 seconds. This guy's timer malfunctions just as much as you guys are unable to spell my username. The speedrunner is unable to find their lever for the rigged explosives, but they find the lever, turn it on, and unfortunately the explosives are a dud. What an embarrassment. Nope, never mind, the explosives go crazy. There are flying TNT carts zooming through the sky. The dragon was obliterated. And yeah, just like that, the speedrunner casually gets the Minecraft world record at 6 minutes and 59 seconds. After dropping the weirdest, most alarming statements that someone could ever say, oh, I like flying planes to the United States, specifically New York City, the speedrunner just drops a casual YouTuber outro. Also, make sure to like and subscribe, guys. Thanks for watching this one.
So guys, thank you guys for the watching, and like, subscribe, comment, share.
I know that you guys are pranking me with this one. You better knock it off. No more jokes like this. That's it. I'm pulling the plug. This speedrun, everything seems legitimate and normal at first. The world is loading up. They have a timer. They spawn in, but oh no. They're level 16 mean? They're selecting the middle of their hotbar, set on game mode to survival. This is clearly fake. The speedrunner turns around, and not only is there a village right behind them, but there's also 3 iron golems just hanging around. And what's worse is this speedrunner somehow is able to defeat this iron golem with just a few hits with the hand. Totally legit. Then the second iron golem, they're able to kill it in a single hit. Are you kidding me? Getting 7 iron ingots from a single golem. Well, after these very lucky series of events, the speedrunner enters a villager house, and inside there's 64 oak logs. So they turn some of those oak logs into planks, making a crafting table, making an iron chest plate, helmet, boots, leggings. Then everything gets cranked up to wumbo. In the distance, as the speedrunner is exploring this village, they find one of the luckiest structures in all of mankind. The village house. Oh my goodness, I can't believe it myself. Inside the village house is an ender chest with loot as far as the eye can see. What in tarnation? So the speedrunner spends a few moments upgrading all of their gear to netherite, and they continue looting the village, opening up a chest that has the most unrealistic fake loot I've ever seen. It just keeps getting worse. Emerald blocks, golden carrots, enchanted golden apples. What a load of barnacles. What's even worse is the speedrunner breaks a block in the house, and underneath is just a villager trapped down there. What in the world? And the villager farmer is leveled up to the master level. Yeah, right. If you think it can't get worse, it does. The speedrunner continues exploring this village, and they find a lava pool. Wait, why are they jumping into the lava? Yeah, underneath the lava is a bunch of water leading to literally the world's fakest nether portal I have ever seen. Pre-lit. Wow, at world record time. The speedrunner enters the nether, and behind them is just such a load of barnacles. What in tarnation? A nether fortress and a bastion right in front of them. So the speedrunner enters the bastion, opening a very specific chest in the bastion, revealing usual loot except for a netherite sword with unbreaking 3, sharpness 5, sweeping edge 3, mending and looting 3. Totally legit. Well, at this point, the speedrunner throws an ender pearl towards the fortress, almost dying in the process, and within seconds of getting into the fortress, the speedrunner almost immediately finds a blaze spawner. Get a load of this guy. The speedrunner shreds through these wither skeletons after killing 1 blaze, very clearly gets 2 blaze rods until there is a very suspicious cut, and all of a sudden out of the blue, the speedrunner has 64 blaze rods. What in tarnation? Well, around the 3-minute mark, the speedrunner returns to the nether portal, but when they return to the overworld, they are in a completely different location. This speedrun is so miserably fake, it's funny. Well, the speedrunner builds up on top of the tree line, throwing a single Eye of Ender, and wow, would you look at that? The Eye of Ender goes directly down in front of them, as if the stronghold is like, oh, I don't know, right beneath them? Well, yeah, that's sort of exactly what happens. The speedrunner digs directly down into the ground, finding the stronghold, finding the portal room within seconds of exploring the stronghold, and the end portal is completely lit. Oh, brother. This speedrun is getting cranked up to an 11 because when they get into the end, there is a very convenient staircase waiting for the speedrunner, greeting them as they enter the end. So the speedrunner goes up this staircase, purling up to the obsidian pillars, breaking all of the crystals, and as soon as the speedrunner breaks the last crystal, the dragon conveniently perches. Suspicious. So the speedrunner pearls down to the center of the end island, getting their bed ready, but hold on a second. Did you see that? In a split second, while the speedrunner purled down to the end island, the ender dragon just suddenly lost almost half of its health bar. And on top of that, there's already obsidian built in the center of the end island. What in tarnation? And then in the few frames that the speedrunner opens up their inventory to get another bed, what in the world? Where did all of these beds come from? Buddy literally went to a furniture store and stole all the beds. And what's crazy is the speedrunner's timing on the bed breaking is terrible. My grandma could do better than that. You have to break the beds as the dragon is making the turn on the corner. It doesn't matter if this speedrunner is bad or not, because after using up almost half of the the beds, the speedrunner kills the Ender Dragon, beating Minecraft in world record time. Wow, I am so not impressed. This speedrun starts off and they are breaking a tree. Now everything here seems very, very normal. They turn their oak logs into planks, making a crafting table, and they make a wooden sword. But as soon as the speedrunner turns around, what in the world am I looking at? A destroyed village, a bunch of TNT? What in tarnation? Is that the Wither in front of them? Then out of nowhere, the speedrunner is doing like a parkour challenge. At the end of it, finding a large copper chest that has a ton of Eyes of Ender in it. The speedrunner then gets into a boat sailing off of the roof of a villager house. Hang on a second, what is happening to the sheep that they just walked by? The speedrunner enters a seemingly random villager house, and inside there is a lever. Upon flicking this switch, a secret trap door opens up. The speedrunner drops down into it, landing into water, and there is literally a powered minecart system directly into the end portal. Now that the speedrunner is in the end, they are greeted by a very conveniently placed staircase up to the surface level, and you're gonna want to brace yourself because this next moment is so goofy. It is their friend with the Ender Dragon head on, just dancing, busting out a jig. So the speedrunner's placing blocks of TNT, the Walmart Ender Dragon is placing down end portal frames, and they enter into another end portal, which I don't even think means they technically beat the game. Regardless, this speedrun rotted my brain. Something about this speedrun is extremely ominous, because not only does it say watch till the end, it gets embarrassing, but my username is at the bottom right of the video. I am scared. The speedrun spawns into their world in hardcore and level 43. Totally legit. The speedrunner is not only near village, but right next to a very clearly fake ruined nether portal. But hang on a second, why is this speedrunner playing with their friend QWERTY? Well, the speedrunner opens the ruined nether portal chest, revealing a ton of fake loot. The speedrunner lights the nether portal, entering the nether with their friend, and the speedrunner shamelessly goes into creative mode, placing a fortress right in front of them. Then they just go into survival mode, pretending like none of that ever happened. If that wasn't worse enough, it looks like out of nowhere their friend places a bastion too. This speedrun is just so stupid. In the bastion, they open up a chest, finding tons of blocks of netherite. Boo, you stink! Get off the stage. Their friend drops golden ingots and says have gold to trade with pigs. This is just so embarrassingly fake. And the speedrunner is just dropping their golden ingots all over in front of these piglins. But wait a second, QWERTY said in chat I summoned a few. What in tarnation? It does not matter though, because this speedrunner has 64 Eyes of Ender. What a load of barnacles. Then they are literally using hacks, automatically placing blocks below your feet, and the hacks don't even work. And it's only halfway through the speedrun that I just noticed, is the speedrunner's friend literally cross-eyed Minecraft Steve? Well, the speedrunner switches their difficulty to easy, meaning they were on peaceful. Wait, why are they turning around? They